Good afternoon and welcome to this virtual public hearing. I would like to, are there any senators present? Wala? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So far, there's no other senator present. So for the time being, this is a public consultation prior to changing to public hearing once a senator is on board na po.
Tumawag ka na isang senator to go on board.
Yes,
Para
ma'am.
maging public hearing na to,
Apo.
di ba?
I'm contacting na po.
Kahit si tawagan mo, hindi, si Tol, si
Revilla.
Revilla po.
Okay, sige. Okay. At this point, let me now recognize our committee secretary, Maria Clarinda Mendoza, to acknowledge the congressman and our resource persons and guests.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. The Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change would like to acknowledge the following. We have Deputy Speaker Henry Owaminal, Representative, 2nd District Province of Misamis Occidental, and also author of House Bill number 10003. From the Forest Management Bureau, we have Forester Kenneth Tabliga, Chief Forest Policy Section, and Forester Dayan Lanungan, Senior Forest Management Specialist. From the Biodiversity Management Bureau, we have Forester Francisco Feliciano, Section Chief, Protected Area Resources Management and Protection Section. From the Mines and Geosciences Bureau, we have Attorney Danilo Uykieng, Chief, Legal Service Division. From the Land Management Bureau, we have Attorney Marlu Alutaya, Division Chief, Legal Division. From the National Mapping Resource and Information Authority, we have Forester Beata Batadlan, Division Head, Land Classification Division. We also have from DENR Region 10, Regional Executive Director Henry Adornado, and also Forester Ray Silva Fernandez, Officer in Charge, Provincial Environment and Natural Resources Office, Province of Misamis Occidental. Also from the Local Government Unit, Mayor Sancho Fernando Owaminal is represented by his administrator, Attorney Sam Norman Fuentes from Ozamiz City. That is all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Sec. And we only have one bill in our agenda today. It is House Bill number 10003, which seeks to classify a parcel of land of the public domain in Ozamiz City, Misamis Occidental, into agricultural land open for disposition for agricultural, commercial, residential, and industrial purposes, authored by Deputy Speaker Henry Ominal. In lieu of my opening statement, I have requested the committee secretariat to give us a short background and presentation of the bill.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Okay. House Bill number 10003 seeks to reclassify a parcel of land of the public domain, which is presently classified as forest land, into agricultural land to be alienated and disposed for agricultural, commercial, residential, and industrial purposes. The subject land is located in Barangay Malaubang in Ozamiz City, Misamis Occidental, and approximately measures 82.77 hectares based on the technical descriptions included in the bill. It is envisioned that if the subject area will be reclassified into agricultural land open for disposition, it will be allocated for housing and commercial development projects of the LGU or of Ozamiz City in partnership with the national government. At present, Barangay Malaubang in Ozamiz City is a relocation site of the housing projects for urban informal settler families. Section 3 of Article 12 of the 1987 Constitution classify lands of the public domain into 4: agricultural land, forest or timber lands, mineral lands, and national parks, this is where the protected areas fall. Of these classifications, only agricultural lands may be alienated and disposed of by the state. Thus, forest lands, by virtue of the said constitutional provision, are alienable
Of
or inalienable and cannot be disposed by the state at will. The classification of lands of the public domain into agricultural land is a legislative prerogative which may be exercised through the enactment of a valid law. It is under this premise that this committee proceeds with utter caution in considering bills reclassifying lands of public domain into agricultural lands, alienable and disposable or A&D bills such as the subject bill. Prior to setting of House Bill number 10003 for hearing, the committee have requested for position papers and supporting documents from pertinent government agencies to at least seek an initial assessment or indication whether the reclassification is feasible or that the subject public land satisfies the established parameters for it to be reclassified as alienable and disposable agricultural land. For House Bill 10003, the committee has initially requested a position paper from DENR Forest Management Bureau, and we just received the comments of FMB indicating support for this legislation, given that based on the assessment FMB has conducted, 56.52 hectares out of the 82.77 hectares, which is the total area covered by the bill, falls within non-conforming blocks to forest purposes. Thus, we forthwith scheduled the hearing on the bill today. The principal author of the bill, Deputy Speaker Henry Oaminal, is here to sponsor the measure. FMB is also represented to articulate their comments, along with the representatives from other pertinent government agencies. We hope that through the discussion today, the committee will be able to secure the substantiation needed to report out this bill to the Senate plenary and have it timely approved before the current 18th Congress ends in June this year. That is all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Comsec. And now we will hear our resource persons and speakers to say their piece. The first in the line is Deputy Speaker Henry Ominal of the 2nd District of Province of Misamis Occidental, principal author of HB 10003. Okay. May we recognize Deputy Speaker Henry Ominal.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and to the distinguished members of this committee and the different resource speakers. Good afternoon. The presentation made by the Senate Committee Secretary in relation to the substance and the purpose of the bill is very clear, and this representation adopts as part of my sponsorship in this particular bill in this hearing today. This presentation, would like to thank the Honorable Chair for having this here today, with a hope that there is still little time that this bill will pass into law with the remaining session days that we have. And we would manifest that if ever there would be a different version that the Senate committee would have, other than or in difference with our original version in the House, I would like to manifest that we would more or less adapt whatever be the provisions, whether it's in toto or there is some improvement, so that the bycam will be avoided in order to have still time for the approval of the bill by this 18th Congress. With that, I submit to the sound consideration of this bill to this honorable committee. Thank you very much, ma'am, and to the distinguished members of this committee.
I guess we will have ample time only after the election because I think we will have 2 weeks of uh, session after the election starting May 23. Okay. So what we can promise you is we will make the committee report by the time we go on session so that it can be tackled in the session. So thank you, Deputy Speaker Henry Ominal. So we will hear now from the representative of the DNR. Can I ask the COMSEC who will be speaking first? Can you call on them one by one? Who will be speaking? Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, Madam Chair. For our first speaker will be Forester Kenneth Abliga from the Forest Management Bureau.
Okay.
Forester Kenneth, please, ma'am.
Good
Okay, we
afternoon po.
recognize Forester Abriga.
Tabliga. Tabliga po.
Tabliga. Okay po. Yeah.
And good
Okay.
afternoon, Madam Chair, and to Deputy Speaker Henry Ominal, and to all members of the committee. Regarding this House Bill number 10003, the Forest Management Bureau would like to reiterate um, our position. This bureau supports the intention of the proposed legislation to reclassify the subject area to agricultural lands, considering the majority of the area, which is 56.52 hectares out of 82.77 hectares, falls within the non-conforming blocks to forest purposes based on the output of the forest land boundary and boundary assessment and delineation. However, we suggest that the mangrove forest be excluded from the proposed reclassification to ensure its continuous protection and conservation. Our mapping analysis show that meron pong 1.29 hectares of within the subject area na mangrove forest based sa 2015 land cover data po namin. So if I may po, can I show po yung yung mga maps po na na-prepare ng FNB? If I may po.
Madam Chair, you are on mute po.
Ito ako.
Ay,
Go ahead, Forester Tabliga. You make your presentation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Nakikita po ba?
Yes.
So, ito po yung unang mapa nung proposed area. So, makikita po natin, ito pong red, ito po yung 82.77 hectares. So, makikita po natin na mostly agricultural area na nga po siya and residential. Paano ba to? Saglit lang po. Ayan. And then, nung po namin, inilatag naman po namin siya sa land classification, makikita po natin na ito pong green na to, ito po yung forest, ito po yung 56.52 hectares na sinasabi ko kanina na under ng FLBD block. So, ito po siya, 56.52 hectares. So, inside the 82 hectares, meron po tayong FLBD. So, block, non-conforming to forest. So, ibig sabihin po, pwede po siyang i-alienate, pwede po siyang i-reclassify. And then, based naman po sa land cover, saglit lang po, hindi ko po kita ng buo eh. Ayan. Oops. Ayan. So, ang annual crop po dito is 17.70%. Ito po siya, tong dilaw na to. Cream or dilaw. And ang built-up area po is 19.46 hectares. Ito po yung nasa red. And then, ang fish pond po, yun po yung malaking part nung parang kanina sa Google Earth. No? So, ito po yung blue. So, fish pond po siya. So, 27 hectares po nun ay fish pond na. And yung sinasuggest po namin kanina sa aming position paper na sana po ay ay ma-exclude dun sa proposed reclassification ay itong violet na po ito. Ito po ay 1.29 hectares. Ang suggestion po ng Forest Management Bureau ay ma-exclude po siya para po ma-ensure po natin yung continuous protection and conservation ng mangrove area. Based po sa ating RA 7161, meron po tayong prohibition on the mangrove cutting. Yan. So, yun po yung aming position paper. So, we already submitted our position paper sa ating pong COMSEC. So, thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Forester Blica. May we hear now the report of the second speaker? Iha, mute ka, Iha.
Sorry, ma'am. For our second speaker, we have Forester Francisco Feliciano from the Biodiversity Management Bureau. Sir Francis, please.
Yes, thank you, COMSEC. Good afternoon, Madam Chair. The Biodiversity Management Bureau interposes no objection to the intent of the bill, as it is not covered by any protected area under the National Integrated Protected Area System. So we concur with the stand of the Forest Management Bureau to excise the areas of the mangrove forest areas within the proposed bill. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Forester Francisco Feliciano. We go
Welcome
now
po,
to the
ma'am.
next. We go now to the next speaker. Who will be the next speaker?
For our third speaker, Madam Chair, we have Attorney Danilo A. Kiang, Chief Legal Service Division of the Mines and Geosciences Bureau. Sir,
May we recognize Attorney Danilo Uiquien to make his presentation? Attorney Uiquien, parang mute ka. Nasaan ka ba? Nandito ba siya?
yes, Madam Chair, he is on board po. Naka-log-in po siya.
Tawagin mo na, Iha. Tawagan. Hindi tayo nadidinig.
Okay, while waiting for Attorney Uikiang, our next speaker will be from the Land Management Bureau. We have Attorney Marlu Alutaya.
Okay,
Attorney Marlu, please.
we recognize Attorney Marlu Alutaya. Okay.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, Deputy Speaker Henry Ominal, members of the committee, colleagues from the DENR. Good afternoon. The LMB interposes no objection to the proposed reclassification of this land. However, we defer to the findings of the Forest Management Bureau on its assessment as to the suitability of the area proposed for reclassification. Our initial comment on the draft bill as far as the mode of disposition of the subject lands that would be reclassified is on the statement that the areas that would be reclassified would be distributed or issued with appropriate instruments pursuant to the provisions of the Public Land Act or CA 141. However, given the fact that these areas would be also used for residential, commercial, and industrial purposes, we suggest that the provision of Republic Act 10023 or the law that provides for the titling of residential land be also considered as one of the modes of disposition under Section 3 of the bill. That would be your honor. That would be all your honor as far as, Madam Chair, as far as the Land Management Bureau is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Marlu Alutaya. We go now to the next speaker.
Yes, Madam Chair. Our next speaker will be from the National Mapping Resource and Information Authority. We have Forester Beata Batadlan, Division Head, Land Classification Division.
We recognize Forester Beata Batadlan.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. NAMRIA supports the bill, and based on the plotting of the technical description indicated in the House bill, it is found correct and with no error. However, we also agree or support the stand of the Forest Management Bureau.
Can I interject? I wish to acknowledge the presence of Senator Bong Revilla to make this formal hearing of the Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change. Thank you, Senator Revilla. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now we proceed with Forester Beata Patadlan.
Yes, Your Honor. We also support the stand of Forest Management Bureau or the position of the Forest Management Bureau, which is to exclude the mangrove forest in the area. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Forester Beata Batadlan. We now call on the next speaker. Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair, for our next speaker, we have the Regional Executive Director, Henry Adornado, from the DENR Region 10. Sir Henry.
We recognize Sir Henry. Okay.
Thank you and good afternoon po, Madam Chair, kay Senator Revilla, sa aming congressman, Congressman Ominal. With me are my Assistant Director for Technical Services, Aldrich Risma, Pedro Rey Fernandez, and the Chief of CDD. No? Madam Chair, pertaining to the subject matter, we would like to reiterate our position submitted in the past that we are highly supporting the initiative of Honorable Congressman Henry Uaminal and Congressman Elpidio Barsaga to effect the progress for the benefit of the people of Barangay Bagumbang, Ozamiz City, and reclassifying the subject parcel of land. And in fact, the DENR Region 10 also is willing to provide the necessary technical assistance when necessary when it comes to the further activities to be needed. That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, RD Director, Regional Director Henry Adornado. We call on the next speaker. I think is Attorney Danilo Uiquieng already here. We recognize Attorney Danilo Uiquieng.
Okay, Madam Chair, is he here? Okay. Madam Chair, while waiting, we have our next speaker, Attorney Sam Norman Fuentes, Administrator of Ozamiz City, representing Mayor Sancho Fernando Owaminal.
Okay. We recognize Attorney Sam Fuentes.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, the members of the committee, the proponent of the House bill, and the resource speakers here. Madam Chair, we just considering the importance that this would hold for the city of Ozamiz, we just pray and defer to the findings of the committee, and hopefully that this will be classified in accordance, Madam Chair, to the proposal. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome, and thank you also. And if Attorney Danilo Uiquieng will not be here, I think we could ask him for his written manifestation, para matapos, because wala na tayong other speaker, di ba?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Okay, hello, who's on board po?
Yeah, from the MGB.
Yes.
Lands Geological Survey Division. I think, yes, I agree with Madam Chair, but we can initially provide you our input also from the Geology Division of MGP if the Madam Chair will allow.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay,
you will provide a written position paper, or you want to speak now in
I
behalf
want
of?
to speak now. And,
Oh, you can speak now. Okay.
Thank you po. Just
We
like
recognize Lisa Manzano from MGB.
Okay.
Eh,
Okay, Madam Chair, thank you. We interpose no objection also, and when concerned with the position of the BMB and the forestry, we have to protect the mangrove areas. Very important for coastal flooding. In our maps, we notice that there are portions of the area that has high rating to both river and flooding and coastal flooding, but this can be settled during development, that they have to consider this geohazards in the development, and we will provide you the map together with the written report of our position of MGB. That's all that we can say for now. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Manzano of the MGB. And so we will, thereby no more speakers that will make their stand on this matter. I wish to thank our resource persons and guests who have shared valuable information and views on the bills discussed. Of course, I wish to thank Congressman Ominal and the administrator of Sami City, Attorney Sam Norman Fuentes, for coming. The committee will fine-tune HB 10003 to be reported out by the committee. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you for attending. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.